So this is 3.4 using the Pythagorean relationship. Every square and rectangle can be divided into two identical triangles. Baseball diamond is a square. So we can see the square right here. We draw from base to base, around all the bases. Where are the right triangles, and how would you determine the distance from second base to home plate using the Pythagorean relationship to find an unknown side length of a right triangle? So how would we find this if we know this and we know this? That's what we're going to work on this time. So how do you determine the missing side length of a right triangle? On the centimeter, this is what I would hope that you guys need to do at home if you need any more explanation. So I need you to draw a triangle 4 centimeters by 7 centimeters and find out the area here, and then find out the area here, which will tell you the area here, and then you can find this side length right there. So 1 centimeter grid paper, draw a right triangle where one leg is 4 centimeters and the other leg is 7 centimeters. Labels a hypotenuse. Draw 3 squares attached to the side of the triangles. What is the area of each of the 2 smaller squares? Use the Pythagorean relationship to determine the area of the large square, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Determine the length of the hypotenuse or to the nearest centimeter, and then check your answer by part B using the ruler to measure the length of the hypotenuse to the nearest centimeter. So you guys can do that at home if you need extra work. If not, so if you're going to do that, pause it, and then we'll move on from here. So determine the length of a hypotenuse of a right triangle. Determine the length of a hypotenuse. Express your answer to the nearest tenth of a meter. So we want to find out what this is. We know that this is 7 meters and this is 10 meters, right here and right here. So let's call this A and this B. First thing we do, A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Which can be found down here. So we plugged in 7 squared, 10 squared. 7 times 7 is, of course, 49. 10 times 10 is 100. You add those together, we get 149. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. The opposite of square is square root. So to get rid of this square root, we have to square this side, or square root this side. That will cancel out this and cancel out the 2, leaving us with square root of 149, which is what you can see right here. So the answer is about 12.2. And using your calculator, you can prove that that's true. So solve for Z. Pause the video now, take out a piece of paper, and solve for Z. Hopefully you're back. We can go one leg is 7, so 7 squared plus another leg, which is 6, so 6 squared equals Z squared. Sorry, there's no square there, it's just a Z. Now, 7 times 7 is 49, plus 6 times 6, which is 36. That equals Z squared. When we add them up, we get 85 equals Z squared. Again, this is Z squared. So, to get rid of this 2 right here, we have to square root this side. And whatever we do to this side, we have to do to this side as well. This crosses that out. We're left with Z equals the square root of 85, which is, just one second, 9.22 centimeters. Next one. Please pause this and do this one on your own. and then I'll walk you through it. Pause it. Okay, come back. One leg plus one leg, so 8 squared plus 11 squared equals d squared. 8 times 8 is 64, plus 121 equals d squared. 64 plus 121 is 185 equals d squared. To get rid of the square, we square root, makes a square on this side. Square root of 185 is 13.6 centimeters. This is the very first show you know. Show you know, maybe you can do it in class if you'd rather, but watch it at home, do the show you know at home, and then if you don't understand this, you can watch the video again and see if you can figure it out. If not, come and ask me in class. What is the length of leg E of the right triangle? So we found out how to find the hypotenuse, but we can use a very similar method to find how to find a right triangle, or the other side of a right triangle. So we know that this side is 9 and this side is 41 millimeters. Using the Pythagorean relationship, d plus e, d squared plus e squared equals f squared, or a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Find the length of the hypotenuse where the eye. So, very first step, fill in here. 9 squared, that's 9. We put 9 right there. E we don't know, so we left it as e. F we knew, which was 41. So we square that. 41 squared is 168, or sorry, 1681. 9 squared is 81. So how do we get rid of positive 81? We subtract 81. Whatever you do to this side, you have to do to this side, which means you subtract 81 to this side. That crosses out or equals 0. We're left with just e squared on this side of the equation. E squared equals 1600. 1681 minus 81 is 1600. To get rid of this square, we square root, which crosses those out, leaving us with square root of 1600. Square root of 1600 equals 40. So the length of the leg is 40 millimeters. Solve for h, round to the nearest tenth of a millimeter. You can pause it and do this on your own. Please do that. Show me you know. Don't wait for your homework. Pause it now. So let's fill in the equation. 5 squared plus h squared equals 9 squared. 5 squared equals 25 plus h squared equals 81 squared. Sorry, 81. To get rid of 25, we have to minus 25 or subtract 25. So we'll do that to this side as well. These will cross out, leaving us with just h squared on this side equals 81 minus 25. So h squared equals 56. The reason how we get rid of that 2, that squared, the opposite of square root, we have to cross that out. Whatever we do to this side, we have to do to this side. That leaves us with h equals the square root of 56, which is, as we know, it's not a perfect square. 7.48 millimeters, which rounds up to the nearest tenth to 7.5. This is one more practice question. If you didn't get the last one, you can still get this one. But this is the last one before the show you know, before which we come into class. So, P squared, and I'll just do it this way so you can see that it doesn't matter where it goes. P squared plus Q squared equals R squared. Again, pause this, do this on your own. P squared plus 11 squared equals 15 squared. P squared plus 121 equals 225. We get rid of this positive 21 by subtracting 121. Subtract 121. P squared equals 104. Sorry. To get rid of the square, we square root, which leaves us with the square root on this side. P equals square root of 104, which equals 10.198 or 0.2. Okay, here's tenth of a millimeter. P equals 10.2 millimeters. This is the final show you know. Determine the length of leg S of the right triangle.